sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And, of course, welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I know, I'm a blast from the past, a ghost from not too far off, but I am back. Let's see, I've been gone. And it has nothing to do with the show. It had nothing to do with the sackheads. In fact, it was when you coming back. I came back for like one day, but yeah, nothing lined up for a while. Nothing lined up. There was a lot of medical that I was going through with my wife, with myself. Just every time something turned up when I tried to get back on air. Then I kind of given up, and, well, my wife wanted the TV back between the hours of 9 and 11. So she's been bitching at me. She's been torturing me by making me watch the damn DNC debates. Oh, my God, I'm so sick of them. Then she loves to turn it on CNN just to watch me squirm, or MSNBC, even Fox News. I get so disgusted with the news. There hasn't been a thing out there within mainstream media. It's sickening. It's saddening. It's revolting. I'm trying to think of how many other words I can use to just... And that's the others. I started bitching. I'm bitching up a storm. It's... The Democrats are on... Oh, God, this desk is destroyed. And I mean kind of like a mess. The other thing I've been doing is my company's kind of been doing decent. And between the woodworking I've been doing, I went and bought a laser. I got a 50 watt laser. And now I have, hang on, let me pull this up, 2 3D printers. One resin and one is going on here. Ah, craposoid. All right. Now I can't get in my goddamn give me a minute here. I haven't kept up to date on this computer, so damn, it's pegged. I don't know why it's using so much of the processor there. All right, I'm trying to get into a web page, and it hasn't synced. God knows how long. So let's see. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully the sound's coming across good. Like I said, it's been a while since I've really messed with any of this. Okay, way to go. All right. It's been a while since I messed with anything, so everything's a little in disarray. Where the heck did that go? There it is. There we go. Yeah, so I've been doing 3D printing like the last couple Well, I got the resin printer not even a week ago. I'll tell you this, the 3D resin, I love a hell of a lot better than I do the filament 3D printer. The drawback to the resin is you can only do, it's a small, it's like a 5.5 by 3 length and width. And height, I forget how tall. It's maybe like about 6-7 inches it can go up. But, you're really limited. But all I did is I pulled it out of the box, put the tray in, brought down the one piece, and dropped it down onto the bed, did my adjustments, loosened 4 screws, just put a little pressure with my finger down, tighten those screws back up, fill it with resin, done. The 3D filament printer, I had and was working on like every night for 2 weeks, and I've only printed one test square, like a 40 millimeter by 40 millimeter. That's it. I have not been able to print anything else. Everything else fails. So it's been a bitch. But you have, it's what, 250 millimeters, which is, I forget how many inches. But it's, I think, almost close to 12. I don't have a ruler around me. It's close to about 12 inch by 12 inch printing. So I've been playing with those. And me and my daughter had gotten into she got into D&D. I've been into it for a while. I haven't played actual D&D, decades. Scary to say that nowadays. Scary to say. It's been decades. I just thought about it the other day. I can say that with my marriage now. I'm like, Fudgy the Whale. They're married. Next month. January, February, March. Yeah, next month. Total brain farts. I'm still doing better than Biden is. Where am I? What day it is? And what am I running for? But we'll get into that in a little bit. So it's just been a little hectic. I've been having fun with the printing. I lost my total train of thought. Maybe Biden's not better than me. It's. I was talking about kind of like it. It'll be 2 decades. 20 years I've been married. Been with her about 23, 24, 19, August. I think it was the last weekend in August of 1997. Damn. That's scary. That's a long damn time. And as we joke around, we haven't killed each other yet. Oh, she usually says, and I haven't killed you yet. I don't know. But what's funny is she hates politics, but she's been paying attention just a little bit, just a teensy bit. And, oh my God, is she causing up a storm? It's actually quite funny. Because she's actually seeing what the Democrats are doing and all this bullshit. She's just cussing up a storm. It's like, she doesn't want to, she thinks it's like a goddamn kindergarten. And it is. It really is getting that way. It's like a kindergarten for Democrats. And they're not doing anything that would, where'd it go? That's helping the country. They're only doing what they think is helping them, and it really isn't. It is not helping them one bit. Now what the hell happened to that? And I'm just moving some file around trying to get this a little straightened out. Stuff I should have been doing over the weekend, but I've had a brain fart. A 3D printer that I've been messing with. Like I said, also my woodwork is. I got contacted by this lady, and she owns a couple of warehouses, and she's turning them into where she wants. She's doing this type of work too. She's looking for different type of work. Not the same old people doing the exact same thing. She's looking for unique pieces, and she found my stuff. She loves them, and she's now featuring my stuff at her store. She wants more of it, so that's a good thing. And that right there, that makes you feel good when someone calls up and does something like that. You just think, oh damn, somebody does like your work. But yeah, I have a lot more I got to turn out. I'm taking actual slabs from a tree that we had cut down a couple years ago, and one of them, well, I didn't cut down the tree. I cut them into slabs. Was a 250, 260-year-old tree. I mean, this thing was 4 feet wide. Oak. Hard as hell. I mean, literally hard as hell, because every time we would go with the chainsaw, make like one pass, and the blade was dull, we would have to sharpen. And it was just a constant stop and sharpen all day. Whew, that was not a fun day. Actually, that took more than one day. That took several days. But yeah, I have those pieces of wood now stacked. They should be dried by now, or decently. So I'm going to be turning those into several different types of benches, tables, and I got a lot of ideas stuck in this crazy little head of mine. So I'm building those, and she's going to feature them. She wants to feature some others. She gets a percentage, and I don't have to worry about the sales. I just make what I want, take them over there. She's got a lot of my smaller stuff, my $15, $20, $30, $40 pieces. And she has my one piece, which is $400. And she wants more of those, because that's better profit margin. So, but I'm just waiting on this. This I'm kind of laughing on. I think I know what's going on with this shipment. So I ordered a planer jig. And what that does is it's a piece that you can put a router on. And it has on 2 axes, you can move it to go across wood to flatten it, to get them perfectly even. They're too big for like a planer, all that. So you have this custom jig, and now people are making them out of metal. And I ordered one. And I didn't know that was coming from China. But I was like, all right, I've done orders where it's come from China. Listen, I buy American when I can. Sometimes I just can't afford it. So the first one, it says it was delivered. Never delivered. I contacted the company, and they tried to, at first, him and Hall. I was like, I got surveillance cameras on my house. Well, maybe one of your neighbors are selling for it. No, I talked to the mailman. No one walked up to the door, delivered, nothing. Okay, we'll send you another one. Watching the tracking. And all of a sudden, I was given 2 tracking numbers. Oh, this is strange. And I'm watching the tracking. And technically, the second one that was sent to me. All of a sudden, it comes up. We've lost it. Contact your shipping agent. And all the time, I'm noticing that it's coming from that Wuhan, whatever, where that the coronavirus, the center of it is, for the start. Damn it. Door popped open on me and knocked my phone right over. And they're saying it came up lost. So I contacted them. They're like, yeah, they lost it. We'll send out another one. So I still have that third one that I'm tracking. And now a fourth one gets sent. So the third one I'm paying attention. I see it's in the Valerica area. I'm like, oh, come on. Come on. I'm like, it's like rolling dice at Las Vegas. And you got all this money on it. Guess what? That one comes up. We've lost your package. Please contact. Fuck. Damn it. So I go and I'm watching the fourth one. Now that one still hasn't made it out of China yet. But I'm like, it's like, God damn it. I'm on my fourth shipment from this company. And what I think it is, they're not getting lost. Because of the origin country and area is where that virus is. I think they're jacking them and at least holding them. Because of a possibility of a contamination within on the product and people sneezing, that gets transported. I don't know if it's viable or not. I don't know what the life expectancy outside the body is for this virus. But I am. It's in the back of my head going, this is what's going on. So also, I got to get used to this. The show is now sponsored by Antrobus Custom Wood. I still have to write a promo. I haven't. Oh my God, I got so many things to do. I've been up to like 5 o'clock in the morning every morning lately doing stuff, messing around with the 3D printer, designing. Now I got to come up with a promo, but the Reaver of Common Sense show is now sponsored by Antrobus Custom Woods. If you want, you can go to Facebook and just search for Antrobus Custom Woods, which is ANTROB as in boy, US. Or, besides Facebook, you can go to www.antrobus, that's ANTROB as in boy, US, so that's ANTROBUS .ONE. I love the site where I get my domains from. The prices are so great for what you get. One of these days, I gotta see if they'll want to sponsor or commercial. Oh man, it's. I miss being on the air. I miss talking to you guys. I mean, there's been a hell of a lot of things, but also one of the reasons I did stop because it's how many times can I say the same thing over and over and over and over again? You know, Democrats are just doing things, the same things over and over again and repackaging it. They keep trying to repackage it. And they did that already. You know, the impeachment was just a repackagement of the Russian conspiracy. And I just got the shit scared out of me. My wife snuck in, opened that door, and brought me a coffee, which I really appreciate. I love my wife. But she came in, and it's just out of the corner of my eye, I see something, and it's like, what the? And she's just coming in nice and quiet, place coffee for me. I can't ask for a better wife than her. I'm serious. I could never get a better wife than her because she's everything. Let's see. We're coming up on our first break. And then we're going to get into politics. And we'll talk about one of the things that is affecting me health-wise. And one of the reasons I took a break. I mean, anybody that's been listening to the show knew I had some health issues going on for a while. But they never could put their finger on it. I mean, I got a few seconds. Finally, they figured it out. And it's psoriatic arthritis is throughout my body. It's hereditary. My brother has it. And it seems like it's hit me, and that's what's causing a lot of my issues. But listen, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be Wrong button. Right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Go ahead, I'll say it again. Some of the best A-roll is going to be B-roll. Like, what are you talking about? Just the last question that you really cut in a couple seconds. Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Oh, God.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening. Contact is the evening.
Now back to Reaver of Common Sense with Jersey Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Don't forget we are sponsored by Anthropos Custom Woods. If you have a unique item that you need to have built, contact Anthropos Custom Wood. If you go to Facebook, it's just search for Anthropos Custom Wood. That is A-N-T-R-O-B as in boy, U-S. That's A-N-T-R-O-B-U-S, Custom Woods. They're bad in there doing laser and 3D printing. They got his hands into a lot of things. And I totally. Yeah, exactly. One of the reasons I'm not doing video anymore right now is a couple folds different. My computer that dealt with the video is repurposed for something else. I will be trying to build another one soon. But the big reason is right now my studio is my studio / storage. I have a lot of stuff from our woodworking. All my paintings are in here. They're on the floor. I got end tables that I've worked on that are stacked up. I got one of my 3D printers sitting on a end table. I just got stuff spread all around. So there's no room to put a video. I'm hoping to start building some stuff, get some shelving, and start organizing this and get back to doing a live video. Now let's get on to some news. Now I am upset because 2 of the Democrats have dropped out. The reason why I bring them up, they were nothing. I knew they were nothing, even though the one won. What was it, Iowa? Butt plug, I call him. I've been calling him butt plug since day one, since the day he started getting really into politics. Well, nationally, when he first really started, which was like 2-3 years ago. And, I've called him butt plug all along. And my dad was even joking along, going along with it. He's like, yeah, that guy is an asshole. And then it comes out, he's gay. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm going to catch so much shit for that. But if you notice, I still call him butt plug. And last Wednesday, I jumped into the room just to let BZ and Sackhead Clint know that I'm back. So they had me call in, and they asked me about however you say his last name. That's how much I paid attention to him. I don't even know how to say his last name properly. I just call him butt plug. So BZ starts cracking up. He's like, I'm going to have to steal that one. Go ahead, And it's not because he's gay. It has nothing to do with his sexuality. Nothing whatsoever. What it has to deal with is his last name. And that's one reason he would never make a president, because that last name, people be like, yeah, the President Buddha. No. His last name would be screwing everybody up. So he dropped out. What is it? Amy Coble? The one that she's suing Hillary. Hillary's just getting screwed right now. And why I say that is a federal judge orders Hillary Clinton deposition to address private emails. She has to sit down with, what is that group? Let's see if it's in the, I can't think of it. Judicial Watch. That's it. Judicial Watch wants to sit down and do a deposition. She's been fighting it. A judge has now ordered her to sit down and answer questions. And yes, it will deal with the magically missing emails. That's still not gone. But I will tell you one thing. Besides the fact that Trump won and Hillary, to them, was supposed to win, do you know why they're doing all this shit attacking him? Because they've said it. It's revenge for threatening, talking about impeaching Obama. About the inquiries into Hillary Clinton. They're getting revenge on those acts. That's why they're doing everything they're doing. Besides, I mean, there's other stuff, but that is one of the main ones, is because we dared speak out against Obama, which destroyed his presidency because the truth got out. They're upset because Hillary was supposed to win, hands down. You know, she didn't have... Her publicity wasn't that great. But before Benghazi and her being Secretary of State, I think I would have to say her overall, nationally, she wasn't hated. But when Benghazi happened, and some of the comments that came out of that woman's mouth, what difference does it make? That was the end of Hillary Clinton. And the more she fought it, the more she screamed, the more she yelled, the further down the rabbit hole she went. And she keeps thinking it's over with. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's still going. There are still people fighting that fight. But that's why they're going after Trump so hard. But the one thing I don't understand is how they're going after him and how hard they're going after him. They know they don't have anything. I think they think we're that stupid, that we're not going to realize. But even though it keeps biting them in the ass, 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 they just can't fathom that we have the intelligence. There's no other reason. Either that, they're dumber than I even thought. Because that impeachment, and you have Adam Shitface, and that man I have no respect for, no like, no love lost. I mean, I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire, to put it bluntly. I would not. I know that's mean to say. Oh, how dare you say that? No. After his mouth during the Benghazi stuff, when he called, Tegan? Tonto. Chris Peranto. Tegan. I can't remember. Damn. But you get he sat there and called them all liars. That the guy sitting behind a desk here in the States knew more what was going on in Benghazi than the guys that were there fighting. And then he comes out, and then, if you remember when Trump first got elected, I have proof. I'll be bringing it out shortly. I have proof that he worked with Putin. I have proof. I have evidence. I'm going to bring it out at the next hearing. I have proof. I have evidence. We've still yet to see it. You heard him with the impeachment. We have given 100% evidence, motive, that Trump is guilty. Oh, jump subjects. Oh, for those that don't know, I love the jump subjects. Recently, the other day, Supreme Court ruled that they can't force White House worker to testify. Okay? That's the gist of it, the small version of it. And why I bring it up, because it's kind of funny, because why did they get him for obstruction of Congress? Because he wouldn't allow the people to go testify. And Supreme Court has now said, pfft. Now, could you imagine if the Republicans would have folded and they would have, let's say, got him on obstruction of Congress because he wouldn't let someone, a couple people testify? And then the Supreme Court comes out and goes, oh, by the way, he has every right. It's his executive privilege to stop. What the hell would they do then? Oh, shit, we just not only impeached, we removed a president, said it was against the law, and the Supreme Court just said that it's above the law. That would have been fun. It would have been funny, but you know what I mean. They keep fighting him and keep fighting him. The only thing they're doing is bringing up his popularity. Plain and simple. They are bringing up his popularity. Every time they go after him. His popularity, they pretty much, I believe, as of right now, unless something major happens between now and November, they have already reelected him. For number one, the shit that's going on within the Democrat Party for the presidency on who's running, that clusterfuck. Yeah, I mean, do you really want those idiots in charge of your life? Do you want those idiots? It's almost like the Three Stooges up there. And I don't know why Sanders keeps backing the Democrat Party. They fucked him over 4 years ago. And they're basically coming out now and admitting they're fucking him over. They're trying to figure out how to stop him from being the presidential candidate. They have come out and said it. But then you get the candidates, whoever wins the candidacy, I will back. Bullshit. You have Elizabeth Warren daydreaming. I'm going to stay in the race because we're going to go to a brokered convention and I'm going to get it. Remember, don't get water on Elizabeth Warren. I'm melting. Oh, which in Oz, Wizard of Oz, got killed with the house? That one's Hillary Clinton. The Wicked Witch of the West. I think it is. The one that dies at the end. That's Elizabeth Warren. I'm not saying I want someone to go out and... No, that is not what I'm saying. I'm comparing them to fictitious characters and their political careers. Right now, my opinion is we're going to see Donald Trump win even bigger than he already did. They're going to try cheating, everything, but I don't think they're going to be able to do enough to stop Donald Trump. I honestly believe that the Republicans right now are going to take the House. They do so little in the fucking House. Pelosi just passed a non-lynching bill. Seriously. 2020, and we just passed a non-lynching bill. And here's the problem I have with the Democrats. It was already against the fucking law. Listen, it's that time for commercial. We got to step away for a little break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Go ahead, I'll say it again. Some of the best A-roll is going to be B-roll. Like, what are you talking about? Just like the last question that you cut a couple seconds ago. Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense here on the SHR Media Network. Hey, Sean, you ever see a one-eared elephant?
No.
Check this out.
Oh, that's so tiny.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm knocking shit over as we go along the show. Yeah, damn door. Stay shut. Stay shut. Why are you not staying shut? Don't you hate when shit doesn't work right? What is today? That should be put up that way. What the hell? What is this? Sorry about that. Damn door. Ooh, could use that. I'm slowly stockpiling all my old computer parts for this table idea I have. What the heck? Oh. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Now I'm back. There you go. The shit wasn't working. For some reason, the mic stopped working. The headset, I could only hear out of one ear, and everything else just stopped working on me. Damn gremlins. I think my wife, she came near electronics, and it just went to hell. I'm telling you, she's a witch. Oh, more ways than one. But I'm bump. All right, where are we? But yeah, there's just shit that's going on. It's now they're trying to get Trump. First of all, they're pushing several already proven lies, and even the AP has nailed Biden and I think Sanders for outright lying, saying that Trump said that this coronavirus is a myth. He has not said that. And other shit like that, trying to make it sound like he's not doing it. Some of the top experts in our country have said we have been more prepared than ever before. And they got to do everything they can to try to make him look bad. They just want him to look bad. And what ends up happening is we, the people, not being as dumb as they think we are, don't believe them and don't fall for it. And then they get all pissed. I'm serious. They get all pissed about it. And they're even doing worse. And I've never seen it before. they are not just attacking the candidates. They're not just attacking the party. This whole left, the mainstream media, the left politicians, they're attacking the American people, trying to insult us, name calling, all that. I have never seen that before in my life. I know I brought it up, but I just can't believe it. And I've talked to my parents about it, and they've never seen it. They've seen where they take shots at the candidate and, can get kind of down and dirty fight. But they've never seen this. They've never, ever seen it like this before. And it just, you would think they would learn after Hillary Clinton labeled half of us deplorables, and it backfired, and we turned it into a positive. You would think they would be telling their mouthpieces to shut up, stop attacking American people, and they'd be telling their politicians to do the same. Nope. They're doubling down. God, I feel so rusty. Let's see. Coronavirus. And the only known cure is Budweiser. Ugh. It's... And what's scary is it's not just here in our country. We got a lot of these politicians that think they know better. You got the protests going in Hong Kong. I mean, they just firebombed the coronavirus clinic with over 100 arrested. Britain finally left. You might see, and I know I've said it, but I honestly believe you give it a little bit, and you're probably going to see a couple more countries leave, especially now that they're really pushing this EU state, instead of it just being kind of like all these countries getting together and working together, to being one country. The European Union would be like the European country. They would be the Europeans, and we'd have the Russians, we'd have the Americans. They are pushing that. They're still doing the European army, which they promised decades ago they would never do. Never do. When you go to, where is it, in Brussels for the Parliament, or whatever the hell they're going to call it, you'd have their countries send their representatives, and they would sit there with their country flag. Well, that's now been banned. You're no longer allowed to have your country flag. It is only proper to have the European Union flag. Decades ago, we sent American boys and girls to fight against socialism, communism, because they never end up good. They always end up bad. And we were part of a group, the Axis. They were fighting the evil. And now that same group that fought against socialism, communism, are now openly begging for it. They got it over there a little bit. They want to do away with the country as it was. They want to have this one nation. And, that's what they fought against Germany about. Germany was trying to take over all these countries because they wanted to lead it. Well, and this is also the same The same idiot politicians that think this is a good idea. The same ones that allow countries like North Carolina, Saudi Arabia, Iran. Gee, I don't run. I'm too fat for that nowadays. These are the same countries that they allow to sit on the Human Rights Committee. And for those that don't know, within the UN Human Rights Committee, it is the committee that goes after countries that are not treating their citizens properly. And some of the biggest violators of that are now running those committees. Think about that. That would be like putting a pedophile, a known pedophile, in charge of a daycare. We wouldn't allow that. But this is why I think UN has run its course. It has now been taken over from the inside by those people that it was standing against. Now, I always hear, you're just a Trump mouthpiece. No, I'm not. He just, not him personally, but his administration has now signed a peace deal with the Taliban. And as much as I want to see that war end, I don't think that was the right thing. We're not going to, it's not going to end good. It is not going to end good. Oh, man, sometimes it just blows your damn mind. We are signing deals with the enemy, and they're not going to keep those agreements. As soon as we get those troops out of there, shit's going to get real there. And I hate to see it because you have a lot of American brave soldiers that went over there and fought for these areas, and we're going to turn it over to the people we were fighting. Then why the hell did we fight it? I don't know. It's unbelievable. I don't agree with what Trump's doing. But you know what? Maybe he knows something I don't know. I don't know. Well, only the future will hold and tell us. Sitting there looking over news and stuff, and last night I got the phone call. I live in Hillsborough County, Florida, and got a phone call from my mom that they found 2 cases of the coronavirus here in Florida, and 1 case here in Hillsborough County, Florida. And I'm not going to freak out because more people have been killed, I think it's by yellow fever this year, than coronavirus. And I never understood them. And one of the reasons, like I told you, they're trying to get back at us for what happened during Obama's era. And one of the things is, remember the Ebola? And we hammered Trump or Obama for it. Well, now the left's hammering Trump on Corona. I wonder if it's Corona with a lime or without a lime. Who the frig comes up with an idea that let's call this virus the coronavirus? Yes, it's the coronavirus. There's got to be smarter people. Smarter. Oh, and a report just came out. But we'll touch on that. Hopefully I'll remember to touch on that right after this commercial break. Damn it. I got sitting there caught in thought, and I forgot. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Go ahead, I'll say it again.
Some of the best A-roll is going to be B-roll.
Like, what are you talking about? Just the last commercial that you cut a couple seconds. Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Pay no attention to the muffled screams in the background. You are listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on the SHR Media Network. Back to you, Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Don't forget we're sponsored by Antrobus Custom Woods. If you need a unique table, bench, I'm trying to think. I mean, there's so much out of this. If you live wood. Oh, my God, tongue twister. My tongue, and all of a sudden just went, boop. You ain't speaking. This is some of the trouble when you first come back. I haven't written anything down for the sponsor of the show. I mean, I'll yell at myself later for it. And threaten I'll pull the sponsorship for myself if I don't correct it. It's supposed to be funny, by the way. One of the things I want to talk about is there's a report that a Republican, a billionaire Republican, Paul Singer, has bought a majority share of Twitter. He is a mega donor, Paul Singer, who has reportedly bought a sizable stake in Twitter and plans to push to remove CEO Jack Dorsey, according to reports. Fox News reports that the billionaire Republican megadonor Paul Singer has reportedly purchased a sizable stake in social media website Twitter and reported... What the... I hate when writers do that. I mean, back to back, same goddamn paragraph, just written slightly different. According to Bloomberg News, unlike our other tech CEOs, Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey does not have voting control over Twitter because the company has just one class of stock. Dorsey has reportedly been a target for removal from the firm for some time due to poor profits and struggling growth numbers. When I took that break, little hiatus, I stopped Twitter. I'm not going back to Twitter. Facebook, I mostly use for my business. I'll use it to promote the show a little bit. I'm not going to be posting articles left, right, and center. And Facebook to me is now just family and friends to bullshit with. It's not worth the aggravation to go on Twitter because you can't give an opinion about something without being attacked. And same with Facebook. And I don't mind a discussion. I'm not talking a discussion. I'm talking attacked. I respect other people's opinion, whether I agree with it or not. And I've brought it up on the show. I have a very good friend of mine, Paris. He has very liberal ideology, and I don't. And we can sit there and sit down and talk about our differences, and neither one of us gets pissed. We might try to explain to the other why our opinion is better than theirs, but there's no name calling, there's no attacks. Just, hey, this is XYZ. In fact, it was kind of funny. One time, he posted something on Facebook, and I had responded back to it. He put, I knew you were going to say something. He goes, I was expecting it. Just to everybody, me and him are good friends. We have different opinion. We talk about it. He is not attacking me because people were ready to start, I guess, light into me. And he's like, nope. We can respectfully have a conversation and have a difference in opinions and everything's hunky-dory. Still consider him a brother from another mother. It's what makes this country so great. And that's where the Democrats are getting so far away. And with the attacking the American people. They talk about they're for voting rights. They're for voters, the right. What you're trying to, and they need to get this through their head, they are trying to intimidate people. And I know this is the Democrat Party, but they are trying to intimidate people, verbally intimidate them, into voting to the way they want them to vote. Our country is set up that we vote for whoever the fuck we want. If I want to vote for myself, I can write in myself. If I want to vote for Mickey Mouse, I can vote for Mickey Mouse. If I want to vote for Donald Trump, that is my goddamn given right. That is what makes this country so great. And when the Democrats tried to get illegals allowed to vote, it is the Democrats' way of trying to silence my vote. They're trying to silence your vote. And they say, oh, we don't need IDs. And I read an excellent article. They talk about, the Democrats were talking about how IDs are like a voter polling tax. For those that don't know, years and years and years ago, the Democrats set it up. Even though the blacks had the right to vote, they set it up that there was a tax that had to be paid, and they couldn't afford to pay that, so they couldn't vote. So they say that having an ID to prove that you are a U.S. citizen and have the right to vote is a polling tax and against their rights. Well, forcing me to have an ID to own a gun, to buy a gun, to sell a gun, to make a gun is against the Constitution and against my rights. I have no problem with background checks, and I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, if you're going to say that a voter ID is a polling tax and against the Constitution, then telling me that I have to get the government's permission to own a gun, buy a gun, possess a gun, is the same as a polling tax and cannot be applied to our constitutional rights. You'll hear them back down, name call. You want a tank, don't you? You want a bazooka. You want a nuclear weapon. Nope. I don't need any of that. But I will buy whatever gun I need to buy, want to buy. That's my right. Not Congress. Not some police chief having control. And that one pisses me off. You got to get a police chief's permission to carry. And not in my state. Back in my old stomping grounds in New Jersey. When you go to get a gun, you have to go get a permit. You already go through the paperwork to own a gun. Then when you want to buy a gun, you have to go to your police station, fill out paperwork, do a background check there, get permission from the chief of police just to buy and have it at your house. Now, you go, you get that gun. Next month, you got a 45. 9mm you like. Goes on sale. Hey, last month I just bought this. Hey, I got it. Paid for it. Nope. You got to go down to the police station, play Mother May I with the chief of police to get permission to go buy a gun. And now New Jersey is limiting how many you can buy, when you can buy them, how often you can buy them. But that's not infringing on our rights. But having an ID to prove that you're a U.S. citizen to vote in a U.S. elections. That just shows the hypocrisy, the idiocy, the stupidity, the moronic, window-licking, helmet-wearing moment for the Democrat Party. And they have a lot of those moments. A lot. Waiting for the backlash on that comment. There's some people that don't like it when I say the window-looking, helmet-wearing jackrabbit idiots. And I've changed it from what I used to say. I'll be nice. I'll try to play nice. But it's hard with these morons in office and what they'll do. I don't know where we're going. And one of the things that really scares me, what I see going on in this country, and this is why I fight so much. I don't fight for me. I don't fight for my parents. I don't fight for my wife. I'm putting up this fight for my daughter. For my grandkids, if my daughter has any. And for their kids. I want them to have the same rights that I've had, the privilege growing up with. I want to have them grow up in such a free country, to be proud of our country. Because right now, with the shit the Democrats are pulling, I'm embarrassed. I am ashamed. I want to tuck my head under my pillow for what the goddamn Democrats are doing. And it's not going to get any better anytime soon. I know that. But it just keep the fight up. Just keeping the fight. Let's see. I've changed the way I used to. I used how I prep the show. And that's another thing. I mean, it's several hours prep. I mean, it's not like just jump on and start talking. There's several hours of prep that I had to do for this show and do. I've streamlined it a little bit more, but I mean, you're talking several hours getting ready for the show. And that's for like a 1 hour show. I do a 2 hour show 5 days a week. Or 5 nights a week. That's a lot of work. Everybody doesn't realize that. All right, we're going to take a break just a little bit early. And when we come back, I'm going to do one more segment, and that's going to be it for today. I'm going to ease back into it. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Go ahead, I'll say it again.
Some of the best A-roll is going to be evil.
Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Just the last question that you really cut a couple seconds ago. Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening.
Contact is the evening.
Now back to Reaver of Common Sense with Jersey Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. So, I mean, it's in that commercial bit at the end where it says, giving a warning about the language. And my daughter comes up to me before the show. She goes, Dad, don't forget to warn people about your language. Tell them at the beginning of the show to make sure they know that you might use some language. I just looked at her. I was like, oh, God. Now what's scary is, you sit back. She's 16 now. It just... It feels like yesterday she was just born. But, speaking of that, there is a gentleman. Where did that article go? A California baby was born on February 29th. Now, what makes that special is the child's father was also born on February 29th. It blows my mind. What is it? 1 in 21 million? What is it? The odds of a parent sharing a birthday with their child on a leap year is 1 in 2.1 million. Man, that guy ought to go play the goddamn lottery. I mean, holy shit. I mean, just to be born yourself on February 29th, which is a leap day year, and then for your child is born on that same day. That is... I just noticed an article off to the side, and the gaffes from Biden, I mean, just are adding up, but this one, it just took the cake. Biden was going off about gun violence in the United States, and he goes and says that 150 million people are killed in our country a year. That is half of our population. 2 years, America's gone. The numbers that are going out there are, it's roughly 33,000 are killed by guns. 22,000 of that 33 are suicide by gun. Out of gun violence, it's 11,000 people a year. I would love to see it zero. I would. But I live in reality. I don't live in some fancy dream world where unicorns fart potpourri. And people are going to commit heinous crimes. They're going to find the weapons. And we've gone over tremendously. If you ban something, a gun, you ban their ownership. Criminals, by definition, do not follow the law. They do not follow the law. And the biggest thing that is pushed on the left, they push so much misinformation because they know if the truth gets out to the masses, their anti-gun days are over. That's why I don't think Bloomberg has a chance, too. Besides the fact that he has flip-flopped too much. I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. I'm an independent. I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. And the fact that majority of the anti-gun groups are started and funded by Bloomberg. Understand that. He is the one that puts all this money into politicians. He is the one that tells these politicians if they don't do what he wants, he won't fund their elections. But they bitch about the NRA. They ignore Bloomberg and his groups, the supposed to be grass groups that are not grass groups, and they put out misinformation. Now, my father is not a pro-gun person. He's not anti-gun either. He was shot. And every time one of these dumbasses goes spouting gun violence and banning this and banning that, he turns around and calls them fucking morons. Because the guy that shot him was not carrying legal in New Jersey. The law still is, well, you can't commit murder because it's against the law. But yet, people do it all the time. That's what I don't understand. They actually think by banning the guns, no. They want to ban guns because they want to control us. They want us on welfare because then they can control us. That's why they want all these regulations put in place. So that the government can tell us what to do, when to do it, how to do it. Because if not, they'll take all of it away from us. But as long as we're still armed, they know they truly can't control us. They keep thinking they have all this power, and they don't. The people have the power. The people voted Trump in. The Dems, the only way they can win right now is if they change the rules, they change the laws. Oh my God, we're going to have to do this. We're going to get rid of the the electoral. Now, I've heard opposing arguments on it. Supposedly several states have it now that their electoral vote will go to whoever wins the national public vote or popular vote. Now, I read some articles that say they can't do that. That especially federal elections are set up and that they cannot change those elections. Now, I understand that the elections on campaigning is done by the party. But the federal election, I believe, is the federal government. And that's something I would like to see an expert. But the problem is the left will get an expert that says they're right. The right will get an expert saying they're right. So no matter which way we go, we're going to have a split. Because nobody can tell the truth anymore. Nobody can tell the truth. No one can take being wrong nowadays. I'm wrong all the time. Just ask my wife. She tells me I'm wrong all the time. And there's nothing wrong admitting every now and then you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. You know what? I learned, and just about most humans, learn more from mistakes than they do getting it right. I have no problem. That's why I say, hey, if you got to complain about this damn show, let me know. Let me know where you think I'm not doing right. Let me know where you think I could do better. Be constructive. I'll listen. I have no problem with that. Oh, we only got a couple more minutes. We're going to get going. Going to ease on in. Joe Biden, they need to kind of like really control this guy. What? One rally he did, he stated he was running for Senate. another rally. He said that they need to vote in Super Thursday instead of Super Tuesday. And he just bungled the Declaration of Independence quote. And which was it? Let me get to it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women are created by the thing. And he doesn't have a teleprompter telling him what to do. And he's like, look, tomorrow's Super Thursday. No, tomorrow's Tuesday. And the guy is even talking, I don't care if I win. They need to really... It's not because I don't think he could beat Trump. I don't think Sanders can either. I don't think any of the candidates could beat Trump as they are right now. But Biden, I don't think he should be put up on stage. I really don't. And I think he's being propped up there, that he's not, all his faculties are not there. And I'm not trying to attack the guy. I'm not. Just this guy, I don't think the elevator goes to the top floor. I think age has crept up to this person. And putting him out there is elderly abuse. Plain and simple. Sanders, and it's not, you know what? Right now, Trump, he's up there in age, but he is doing damn good. Sanders, his age is up there. The only question I have about him is his cardiac functions. I'd like a more truthful aspect to come out about it. And just to make sure that he is pretty healthy, that he can withstand 4 years. That's all. I'm not asking for a miracle. And what I do laugh at, last election, 4 years ago, they attacked the Republican Party because they weren't diverse enough. You know, they had a Hispanic going all the way, was the last person competing against Trump. Who's the minorities for the Democrat side? They got a bunch of old white guys on one old white woman. Actually, I said earlier that she was one of the witches from Oz. No, I got to correct myself. For those, just think about The Shining. The movie The Shining. And there was the two twin girls in blue dresses. That right there is Hillary and Elizabeth Warren. And if you know the movie, they're kind of like evil ghost or something like that. To tell you the truth, I've never watched that movie from start to finish. Just never cared to. The sequel, didn't see it. Didn't really care to. Nowadays, if it's... Listen, you can speak out against a political opponent, and I have no problem with it. Yeah, that's your God-given right to speak out. But when you act like Stephen King, Jim Carrey, Robert De Niro, no, I will not. I do not watch any of their movies or shows anymore. No. And I like De Niro as an actor. This hissy fit that he's been throwing over the last couple of years is overboard. Jim Carrey, not even an American. He's Canadian. And he's going to sit there and tell us about our politics. Now, it amazes me, these people that make their money in Hollywood, but they sit there and bash our country. They make majority of their money on the backs of Americans, but they're going to bash us. And you know what? When they did that, we're going to leave the United States. Peace. Hey, when you make those movies, don't send them over here. You can keep them. That simple. And I knew it was never going to go about because the Democrat Party would lose 55 electoral votes right off the bat. And that 55 has helped them many a times. Listen, that's all I'm going to do for today. Don't forget the show is sponsored by Antrobus, Custom Wood, and more. Just go to www.antrobus. That's ANTROB as in boy, US.ONE. Check them out. And if you're looking for something special in wood that you want it created, just get in contact with them. I will be back tomorrow. And listen, it's been fun. I'm glad I'm back. Good night, everybody. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.